Sheikh Faye is one of the many Senegalese who've tried to make the risky crossing to Europe from Africa on small fishing boats. Sheikh has attempted this journey 3 times but without success due to bad weather conditions and insufficient supplies. His last trip ended in personal tragedy.
My third trip, I left here with my little brother. He died in my arms through vomiting and being ill. He died and the people in the boat told me I must throw him overboard, but I said no and spent 3 days without sleep. The 4th day, when I started to fall asleep in the boat, the people threw him overboard. And when I woke up, I became crazy.
After losing his brother, Sheikh returned to Senegal, where he became involved in an association that fights against illegal immigration. Here he tries to persuade other young men to stay in Senegal. Hundreds, probably thousands of people die every year trying to get to Europe using illegal routes. To try and curb this flow and better understand the situation, a European Parliament delegation recently visited Senegal and the organisation Sheikh works with.
The European Parliament sent this delegation to Senegal because we are interested in cooperation between African countries and the European Union on immigration to try and stop this deadly human trafficking once and for all.
At the moment, European legislation deals with illegal immigration unilaterally. The European Parliament would like to see that change and would like to see multilateral agreements of cooperation in place with the countries from which irregular migrants originate. Some European countries already have cooperation agreements with African states. Spain has an agreement with Senegal whereby Spanish-controlled boats work closely with the Senegalese security forces. The delegation wanted to see how this worked on the ground and to promote further cooperation.
That is a bilateral cooperation. We want to add to that and turn it into a multilateral cooperation at European level. We want Senegal to cooperate with all EU countries. By seeing the Senegalese example, we can now see that it can work. And what we need to do is replicate it with other countries as well.
Sheikh and his friends are competing for very few jobs. They don't want to be fishermen like their fathers and grandfathers, and the promise of economic advancement drives them towards Europe. Sheikh's association hopes to support returnees by generating new projects at home.
We started to contact young people who have returned like us, and who I started to work with. Nearly 80 people I know who are here now have agreed that if we have partners who can help us to start up with projects like cyber cafes, well, we can stay here to work.
While stopping the boats that leave Senegal is one way of controlling the situation, it's widely recognized that a long-term solution requires local economic development.
We are very conscious of the fact that this is part of a wider policy, a wider picture, which includes openings for legal migration, which includes strengthening of external borders, which includes the fight against illegal immigration, but also development aid to help Senegal itself get back on its feet.
Possibly the tide will turn when young people in Senegal regain confidence in the future of their country. Robin for EU TV for CNN World Report.